So we just beat France, and Carlos and Dennis Betts said, "Look, let's go out, let's have a few drinks." They didn't come out, but we went down to Saint-Tropez, lovely posh place. And at the end of the night, there were no taxis, so we'd all had a few, and everyone went out, bit of team bonding. We were flying back a couple of days after, so we rightly deserved a night out. So we went out, had a few drinks. At the end of the night, we couldn't get a taxi. So we're all like trying to get taxis, going into hotels, different stuff. And this dustbin wagon pulled up, this big dustbin wagon, and this bloke jumped out of it and just got in his car and drove off. So Benny Westwood, I've told this with Benny Westwood said, look, and Rob Parker and Luke Robbo, well, look, it might still be open, this dustbin wagon. We've got in, Westy bin from Normie. It were open, still keys in. So we've jumped in, dustbin wagon, he started it up, and we drove it back. We drove it back through Saint-Tropez, all six of us in car, in dustbin. There were me and Rob Park and Luke Robinson hanging off back. Maddest trip ever. And yeah, we didn't get in trouble for that. We told Dennis Betts and Carl Harrison, if there'd have been social media back then, we'd have been in some big, big trouble. Because obviously, I don't condone going out nicking dustbin wagons, but it was the only way we could get back to hotel. Me and
get a group of rugby lads drinking. It's just a nightmare, isn't it? Like rugby lads. If you're going older with your girlfriend and you see a group of rugby lads, you'd rather see terrorists, wouldn't you, than a group of rugby lads, because you know it's just going to be a nightmare. It's carnage, isn't it?
Yeah. Thing is, I watched John Wilkin. I love listening to Wilkin on Sky and different stuff. And he's right. We're humans. Just because you play professional rugby. And we do try and be role models, but you know what? We're human. We make mistakes. We're robust. I've made mistakes in my life, and I do want to be a role model for these kids. But then sometimes we're not. We can't always be there, but we try as best to be a role model. So if anyone listening to this podcast, obviously I wouldn't want them to go out and nick a dustbin wagon. But stuff like this happens, doesn't it?
But you learn off your mistakes, don't you?
Yeah, but it's stories now when I bump into Westy and all lads and Luke Robinson especially, because me and Robbo fell off the back of the dustbin wagon. So we had to hitch a lift with a bread guy delivering croissants to shops, and he put us in back of this van, and we were delivering croissants till 6 a.m. We had video review at 9, so we only got back to hotel at like 7. But when I see him now, we have to this day, I text Rob Parker over there. We always have banter about it because we always say, I wish we had a video. We videoed it, but we lost the video.
Nice.
So, yeah, I've got plenty of stories, but obviously there's only so much you can tell. And I didn't get anyone in trouble there. We just, but that's a pact we had as players. Look, it didn't happen. Let's move on. Went to France, played Ireland, beat Ireland in final. And that's one of my favourite tours. And, to represent England and get my shirt on, it was good.